Hi everybody, I'm Joey and I have some cute cards to show you tonight. We're going to play with some fun folds. I'm going to show you how to make a couple of easy ones that are pretty fun. One will hold a gift card and the other one is a bookbinding card it's called. It's easy but they're kind of fun, and I've got those for you, as well as some ways to use vellum, maybe some ways that you hadn't thought about before. So before we get going, I'm going to just get on my page on my iPad here that's in front of me and see if I can see myself live or not. So far I'm not seeing. Takes a while. There we go. Okay, sometimes it takes a minute. And then on my laptop. So as I'm getting situated here, I would love to have you say hi and where you're from, even if you're watching on replay or you're even watching on YouTube, because I will post this video on YouTube either later tonight or sometime tomorrow. So let me just get myself pulled up here on my laptop. I've got myself going on my iPad. Hi Pam. Hi Christy. I think I saw you at the last moment there. And now I'm getting my iPad. Oh, here's everybody. So hi Diane and Donna and Kathy and Candy. Yay, everybody's coming on. Very cool. All right, I think I'm actually ready, and we're just gonna go ahead and get started now that I see people coming on. West Virginia Candy, fun. Oh, thanks for sharing. Sure appreciate it. All right, I'm going to turn you down and let's see. Hi, Julie. All righty, here we go. Hang on a second. Oh, and the hearts. Thanks for the hearts. Gosh, you guys are giving a girl a lot of love tonight, and it's really nice. I know I wasn't here last week and the week before. We went to Colorado for a week, so I knew I wouldn't be on that week. Well, actually, we're only going to be gone 4 or 5 days, and then my husband became ill while we were there. He's fine now, but he caught some kind of virus, and we had to stay there a couple extra days till he could feel well enough to travel, and then I got behind. So when I got back home, I was just behind and I just couldn't get our Facebook Live ready for last week, but I'm here this week with 4 projects. So not just 1 or 2, but 4. So I'm anxious to show you. I'm going to turn you down, so hang on a second. I got to flip my camera. Okay, now if I happen to hit something I don't want to hit and I lose the volume, which I did the last time I went live, hopefully not. Oh, looks like I actually got my phone turned around pretty good. Okay. I have myself some little notes here so I won't forget. So tonight is an online workshop and party. I lost my train of thought. Sorry, I was looking at the screen. So I have a couple things. We're going to do things a little bit differently tonight. I have several door prizes. I've got a stack of door prizes here, actually. So I've got some cards, some embellishments and cards to give away tonight. But here's the way you can earn them. So because I'm going to give away a couple tonight, right at the end of the live. So the way you can earn the door prizes is, there's 2 ways. One we're going to give away right at the end of the live tonight. So stay till the end. Let me choose a different pointer here. So stay till the end, because I'm going to do a little thing at the end and we'll just draw one of those door prizes live. But you have to stay till the end so that you can find out how to win. And then the other way is to fill out. Then I have the 3rd door prize, the biggest one, is for filling out the door prize form. Now, this door prize form, I can't put a link in the title when I start the video, because Facebook, when they see a URL that takes you out of Facebook, then they don't show the video to very many people. They just cut down how many people they're going to let see it. So I will put the door prize form in the comments. I thought of that later, and so I made a second note. So, and that has to only be from me, and that only has to be after the live has ended and I've edited it. And once I edit it and post it, you'll find a comment from me in the comments. It does mean you'll have to do a little bit of scrolling, but you'll find them, and it might say constant contact, and it should say also door prize form. So it's the first time I've tried it this way. I've done it this way many times in online workshops or on a Facebook group, like a private group, but I haven't actually done it that way in a Facebook Live. So that's kind of new. So we'll see if that'll work out tonight. Okay, I think I'm ready to go. If you order tonight, and I'll talk more about the ordering, but if you order tonight, I've got lots and lots and lots of prizes tonight. So you'll get all the supplies to make the cards I'm making, and I'll go in more detail about that later, but let's just go ahead and get started making some cute stuff. All right, hang on a second. I'm going to get what I wanted to show you, actually, before I took out all my stuff, is so when you get your packet of materials, they come like this. So you get the 4 projects we're making there in envelopes. So you get an envelope with every card as well. And then I send it to you in the mail. So these are, let me get my bits all out here. This is the card I started to tell you about that. This is called a bookbinding card. And this is a piece of 4 1/4 by 11. Oh, hi, Pam. Thank you. Thanks for sharing. Oh, and Pam from Missouri, too. My friends are all coming on here. So fun to see you. All right, so this is 11 inches by 4 1/4, and I have scored it at both 5 1/2, and I've scored it at 6 3/4. Okay, so at that bend, I'm going to fold it like this. These have been around quite a while. If you just do a little search on Pinterest for bookbinding cards, you're probably going to find quite a few. I just haven't done it before, and I had some friends. I have some team members. 2 are very new to my team in Colorado, and when we were out there, I did a little workshop with them, and one thing they said they wanted to learn were some fun folds. Well, neither of them have been stamping very long. So I thought, well, let's do something fairly easy for a fun fold. So this is what I did with them. We used a different stamp set, but same fold. So here we go, like so. Then, now you want something strong here. You could use Tombow glue, or you could use Stampin' Seal Plus. I'm using tear and tape tonight. But you do need a strong adhesive because you don't want this to come apart when people are opening their card. Hi, Margaret. Welcome from Rhode Island. Hi, Shirley. Yay, you made it on. Very fun. All right, so Shirley's already getting one of these packets because she's already registered for the class. Because I'm doing this in person tomorrow night. Well, I also am doing it to go, so I offered it in my emails. Okay, so let me keep going here before I get too busy chit-chatting. Then I have a piece of basic white, and why don't we do a little stamping on that? I hadn't planned to do that, but let's do it because we need something on the inside. This is a stamp set I'm using tonight. It's called Artfully Layered. I just really like the sayings in this stamp set. What are we doing? Is this a birthday? I gotta look at what my sample is. Yes, this is a birthday card. So why don't we do sending all the hugs? Let's do that. I love that saying. This is in the January through June mini catalog. So this is not in the annual catalog that's retiring in just a little over a week. This is in the January through June catalog that goes through June. I will say this though, I would say don't wait to order things from the January through June catalog because that retiring list is going to come out in just, what are we today, the 20th? yeah, today's the 20th, so just in about 10 days that's going to come out. Oh, these are the dies. We'll use those in a minute. I'll show you more about those, but let's go ahead and keep going with this guy. And then let's also grab a leaf stamp. I'm going to grab this one because that's the pattern in the pattern paper that we're using. It's kind of this scrolly leaf right here. So let's grab that one. And we'll do a little stamping on the inside of our card. So let me get all my stuff organized here. And let's go ahead and grab, for the inside, let's do, I've got Evening Evergreen out here. So grab that for the leaf, but for the ink and the inside the card, let's grab Calypso Coral for the inside greeting. And since our card is Calypso Coral, set that aside a second. So how is everybody today? I've had a good day. Had a pretty productive day. As I said, I have people coming tomorrow night to make these cards, and so I needed to cut. I did all the cutting and die cutting today. So what you're seeing, if you put in an order of $50 or more, no, sorry, let me start that over, $35 or more, you will get the same kit of cards in the mail from me. So sending all the hugs. Okay. And then let's go ahead and do a little leaf here. And we'll go ahead and use the Evening Evergreen. So I got that done, and yesterday I got over 30 thank you cards done. I got those in the mail and sent. So when I get your orders, I don't get it done every month, but I try to send a little goodie through the mail. Oh, that looks nice. I like the way that turned out. Okay, so no matter what size your order is, you get a thank you card from me in the mail. That turned out so pretty. So that could actually even be the front of your card. I don't know. It doesn't take much to make me happy. Just putting ink on paper, that's the fun part that I never get tired of. It never gets old. Okay, so we've got that. Now let's go ahead and do the front of our card. So you can see why this is called a book binding, because this part sticks together, and then if you're looking at it upright, you're looking at it like this. Make sense? Okay, so then let's go ahead and put this Designer Series paper is cut 4 inches by 4 inches, and so you can see where this fold is. I'm going to center this from the fold to the edge, not from the very edge of the card, just from the score line. So did everybody have a good Easter? Hi Kelly and Margaret. Oh, thanks Margaret. I love this paper. It's one of the papers I bought when the catalog first came out. And I've been using my other one, so I hadn't gotten to it yet. So it's pretty fun to get back to it and start to use it. It's so colorful and it's so pretty for spring. The die I'm using here, so I've done a lot of die cutting ahead of time to just not keep you on your phone or your iPad or whatever you're watching on your laptop. These dies, so this is the die I use, and these dies are called the Tasteful Labels dies. These are retiring. They won't be, so these will be gone in another 10 days, and I'm not 100% sure they're still available. I tried to check on everything today. That was one thing I forgot to actually check on. But I use them, I keep them on my desk because I use them all the time. So before we put this on though, let's go ahead. I also did some die cutting with those dies I showed you. Now I did use the blue foils paper. This paper was part of a special that we had that began the beginning of the month. With the ocean set that's coming out in the new annual catalog, we had the ocean designer paper, and then we had the blue foils paper, and then we had gems, blue gems. The gems in this paper is gone, and I'm sorry to be showing you something you can't purchase. I never do that, but I had this already cut, and I thought, well, I'm gonna go ahead with my project. And I got it kind of goopy. This is a new Tombow. Whenever you open a new Tombow, it can be a little goopy. And I was busy talking instead of thinking about what I'm doing. So on foil, the glue is going to show up too, so just be extra careful with that. And then we're going to stamp our greeting. But you could, you know, this would be pretty even if you just used the sage, I always want to call this sage shadow, just jade cardstock. And if you wanted it to shimmer, you could just cover that cardstock with a little bit of Wink of Stella, which is our glitter pen. And then it would still be shimmery. I'm not going to lie, it's not going to be as shimmery as foil, but it would still be pretty. Okay. Oh, Kelly, you really like this set. I really like this set too. I like the mixture of the font. The fonts where you have some script and then some in printing. Okay, so this is a piece of basic white. It is just, I'm probably going to get my head in here. It is probably about 3/4 of an inch by 3. I knew I was going to mess that up. I don't know. I think I can't talk and stamp at the same time, which is, you know, a problem if you're doing Facebook Live. You have to talk and stamp. So let's try this again. Part of my issue is I'm not right over this. I've not got my head right over it in order to kind of stay out of them. There we go. That's better. Alrighty. So let's go ahead and put this on. The fonts are really, really pretty. And it's kind of fresh. I think the fonts are kind of fresh and trendy as opposed to, you know, just straight up lettering. Okay, so we're gonna do this on here. Let's go ahead and trim this a bit. This is kind of my favorite ways. If you've watched me very much, you've seen me do this multiple times. It just adds a little bit of interest to just trim angle your edges up on your greeting like I just did. And then we're just gonna grab some dimensionals and get these guys on here. So, you know, you don't always have a die that fits your greetings. I mean, you can usually find something, but sometimes it's just as easy to, I just measure how wide my greeting is. This is just about 3/4 of an inch. And then I just cut my strip that wide, and then I just angle the edges with scissors like I just did. So there we go. And that's how easy this is. This is our first card. Okay? So there's the sample, and here's this one. Now I forgot to pull my gems out. So let me pull out. The gems I used for this were my favorite gems. Well, one of my favorite gems in the retiring catalog, but they're retiring. We've had them for a couple or more years, I think like 2.5 years, and they're saying they're not keeping them, which I'm sad because I really, really like these. So let's choose the blue ones. They kind of go with that kind of green Florida vibe we've got going on here. This kind of reminds me of Florida. So I'm gonna grab some, maybe one gem. Let's go right here, and maybe here, and maybe one more here. Okay, like so. And then let's put some on this card. Well, no, I won't take the time to do it, but you can see, I mean, let's face it, sequins, anything shiny always dresses up a card for sure. Okay, so there's those two. Thank you, Christy. I'm glad you like it. So you sit and look at that one while I kind of regroup here and clean my stamps. And get ready for the next project. So, what did everybody do for Easter? Those of you that celebrate Easter, we went, so Steve's family had Easter on Saturday, and Steve is one of 6, he has 5 brothers and sisters. So, we had Easter with them on Saturday. And if you've seen my pictures on Facebook, if we're friends on Facebook, I posted a photo of us trying to get pictures of the babies. We've got a lot of babies going on and with our nieces and nephews. So we were trying to get a picture of Steve's mom, who's their great grandmother, and the babies. And it was, and then some are toddlers, so let's go on to the next card. And some are toddlers, and you know, it was just, can I just say it's an adventure with these little ones, trying to get them to sit and be still for a picture. Anyway, it was fun. It was really fun. And then for Easter itself, well, I'll go more into Easter in a minute. This is a piece of Just Jade. It's 5.5 by 8.5, and I've scored it at 4 and, let's see, what did I score this at? Yes. Okay, so 4 1/4, and then this one is 2 1/8, so it's just half. Now I forgot to grab a circle punch, so hang on while I just grab a circle punch. Or do I need a circle punch for this? No, I don't need a circle punch, so never mind. I'm thinking of a different fun fold I've done before. This one, how did I do this? Got to think about this for a minute. Oh, I know what I did. Okay. So this one, I'm going to make sure when you're making cards that you want to stay folded especially well, or if you're doing 3D projects, you want to make sure that you burnish your score lines. Oh, Diane, you saw the picture. Kelly, thanks for the card. Yeah, I took one of them, us trying to get the children all lined up, and then I took another photo of the best one, which, they still weren't sitting there all perfectly smiling at the camera, but most of them were doing pretty good for being little wigglers like they are. But that was a fun day, and I enjoyed seeing everybody. One of the babies is just 8 weeks old, and he slept through the whole thing. Our little Everett, he's our newest one. Okay, did I do this right? Hang on. I don't think I did this right. Just a second. I'm too busy yakking. Yes, I did do it right. Okay, gosh, for a minute it just didn't look like it was right. Okay, then I'm going to grab, we're going to go ahead and put the inside of our card in. No, let's wait on that. Let's do our DSP. So, as I said, if you put in order of $35 or more, you will get, using this host code, that's critical. You have to use a host code because the host code is tied to the reward. The reward, yeah, I guess the gift is tied to the gift. Now for this, this is gonna go like this. So we want to make sure we only have adhesive here. And for this, I'm actually going to use my Tombow because I want this to make sure. And I'm not going to the very end. Oh, crap. No, wait a minute. Hang on. No, that's right. Sorry. I know I keep confusing this with another fun fold I did fairly recently. They're both gift card holders, but they hold the gift card differently. So, but if you put the adhesive here on your paper, you just have to make sure you're only on this half of the paper. And this particular pattern has direction. So I'm going to lay this down here like so. I'm leaving about just maybe 1/8 of an inch around the whole edge, so it closes like that. That makes sense? So when I open this, this makes a pocket, okay? So I'm not gonna, I did do that wrong. Dang it. Okay. Let's see what we can do here. Well, I'll show you what it's supposed to do with my sample. And then, okay, don't glue this side. Does that make sense? Glue here. Here's where the glue goes. Just there so that this remains open and makes a pocket. I can't yak and talk. And I can't mix up when I'm talking. It just doesn't work out for me. Okay, so then let's keep going here. Now, I talked about showing fun folds and vellum. So this is a piece of vellum that I embossed. It's just a circle, and I embossed it with the greenery embossing folders. Now, the greenery embossing folders, there's 2 of them. If I can get this lined up here. So there's 2 of them in the package that you get, and these are retiring in the annual catalog. They're called the greenery. They're just called greenery embossing folders. So then I used my die cutting machine, and I don't know if you can see, but when you emboss vellum, it leaves a little, I'm going to try and get this closer to the camera, it leaves a little white, it looks like a white edge. Does that make sense? Okay, so it makes the pattern stand out quite a bit more. But I'm also going to layer on, so it's just, you can see it here, but there's a lot going on. So, and this card is just going to give it a little bit more texture than it was going to have initially. So I'm going to do my stamping next. No, I'm not. I'm going to put this vellum down here. Now, here's the thing about vellum. It's kind of tricky to glue. Now, I know that I'm going to put something off to this angle, so that's where I'm going to put my adhesive. Because otherwise, you're probably going to see it. Now, I will say that when you emboss with your embossing folder, it's not going to show nearly as much, so you might not even have to worry about it. It does leave this edge a little bit free, and if that bothers you, you certainly can tack it down a little bit more. Like I know I'm going to put something down here as well, so you kind of just have to be careful where you're going to place your patterned images. Okay, now I'm going to take that same greeting stamp, happiest birthday wishes, because this was supposed to have a gift card in it, of which we now can't put in because I glued it shut where the gift card was supposed to go. But I'll show you my one that I did correctly, which is my sample. Whoops, I think I just stuck my finger in the ink. I was trying to find my gift card. Yeah, I do have one here, so I'll get that out in a minute. Okay, happiest birthdays to you. This is, I just measured this again. This is 3/4 of an inch. By this time I made it 4 inches because I'm not going to angle the edges. I'm going to put it on just straight across my card. Let's make sure I don't mess this one up again. Okay, there we go. That's good. And I'm just stamping with Evening Evergreen again. You could use black, but I just went ahead and used the green. So let's go ahead and glue that down. And then I'm just going to put this at the bottom of my circle. But one way you can use vellum is as a layer. In this card, I'm using it as a layer, but I'm also using it as a decorative to add texture because I went ahead and embossed it, so it just adds a little bit more texture as well. Then on the inside, I've already die cut my leaf again, as I said. Oh, by the way, and if you get a packet like this, I did die cut all of your leaves, so you don't have to have the blue foil because you will have it for your card. I'm trying to be a little more sparing this time so I don't get as much glue kind of easing out. I'm barely squeezing, but you can see it's still kind of coming out. And you don't have to really cover it all. You just want some of those points to be covered so that stays down a little bit. And I'm just going to actually tuck this in a little bit and just put it on top of my vellum right there. Okay, and then let's just take, let me grab my, take your pick tool again, and let's do some gems on this one too. On this one, maybe we should do orange. Let me grab some orange ones. What's nice about the Artistry Blooms, got those orange. The Artistry Blooms is that even though, you know, maybe they don't say they're the exact color of what you're using. Oh, that looks good. I like that one. They blend with so many colors because you get about 4 or 5 colors in every package. So I honestly don't know if these are still available or not. They may or may not be. I'm not sure. I am not furnishing, let's see, where should we go with this one? Let's go down here. I'm not furnishing the sequins because I couldn't be 100% sure that they would still be available in the online store. Let's see, let's go here. This maybe needs to move over just a touch. And I was afraid to say I would include them because I just wasn't sure how many would order the class or get the class free with their order. So I didn't want to promise a sequence, but you can use any embellishment you have, even clear rhinestones, which I've got some clear rhinestones, a deal for those too. Actually, I'll show you in a minute. All right, so let's do a little bit of stamping inside our card. Since this one has these kind of dark little hearts, let's grab those and we're gonna stamp some of those. They're obviously a leaf. I don't know what they are. They're little pods, I guess, of some kind. And we'll go, for this time, I think we'll go back to our, this time, let's use Evening Evergreen for the little pods, whatever these are. You plant people out here, do you know what these are called? Okay, I'm calling them, maybe they're leaves. I don't know, they don't have a stem, so I don't know if they can be leaves or not. Then I'm going to just quickly clean my stamps off so I don't get goop everywhere. And then let's do sending all the hugs again. And this time, let's switch that one up and let's do that greeting in Calypso Coral. Although I think we did that same thing on our other card. That's okay. Same person isn't going to get both of these cards. Hi, Martha. And then I didn't get past the rest of my Easter. So then after Saturday, Steve had made reservations for us at the Venue restaurant. If you've watched my lives before, sometimes I talk about it because on special occasions, a lot of times he'll get reservations because they have a beautiful brunch on Christmas, Thanksgiving, Easter, Mother's Day, on all the holidays. Just thought of something. This white might show, these leaves might show on our, no, it doesn't show. Okay, let me show you. Anyway, I'll get this over with so we can talk about something else because I keep thinking I haven't finished talking about Easter. So even though this doesn't match, and I had a card upstairs that matched, since on this card, see, I did not glue this side of it, so I can stick in a gift card here. So since it's a birthday card, and this one was my sample, so I didn't put anything on the inside. This one, you know, that's not gonna work. But that's what it's supposed to do. So it's supposed to be a gift card holder. So since you're watching the video, just make sure that you're careful that you only glue here and not here like I did. And then you'll be able to use it like this as a gift card holder. Okay, there's our second card. All right, let's go keep going here, and let me grab some other project stuff out here. Okay, this card, I am using the Timeless Tulips dies for the one we're going to make. Not dies, sorry. Punch and stamps. Grabbing Now, when I made these cards, I made these about a month ago because I took some of them to Colorado with me for my team there, and everything was in stock. And then actually about a week ago I checked again before I published everything we were going to make for this class, and they were still available. Today I checked, and you can still get the punch, which we're actually not using today. We're using the stamps. But about an hour ago I checked, and the stamps, I'm sorry to say, are no longer available. They're sold out. And had I had a little more time, I would have revamped the card, but I didn't have time before our live. So if you have this set, you obviously will be able to copy this card. If you don't have this set, it's a pretty basic outline. We're just stamping on a die cut stitched rectangle, and you can put anything you want on there. And let me get the rest of it out here for you. So it's still versatile in the kit. It just might not be able to be exactly what I'm making if you don't have this stamp set. If you open a card, you can put your gift card in the folded over green part. Hang on, Margaret. Let's see. Oh, what did I do with those cards? Oh, for heaven's sakes, just a second. Oh, here they are. Well, Margaret, I'm not sure what you mean. This card, my original one, yeah, you can put your gift card in there. This one, I glued it shut. So I can't get it in there. But that was the point. It was supposed to be open so that you could put your gift card in. But I didn't do it that way. Okay, on my example, or on my demonstration tonight. Okay, this is just plain white. Basic white. Thick, cut 5.5 by 8.5, scored at 4 1/4. And then we have some vellum in the January through June catalog. And I want to make sure my words go right side up, which is like this. And they have different patterns. So this is one of the patterns. So you get two that have the black print, two that have the white print. Then there's 2 sheets of maps, 2 in white print and 2 in black print. And then 2 of like news script, 2 in, and we're going to use a news script one tonight too. So I'm going to go ahead, and again, I know that this is going to be my focal point here, so I'm going to try and maintain my glue right kind of in the middle of this. Now again, this is going to be pretty forgiving because there's a print on it. So the vellum, the adhesive really doesn't show anyway. So if you wanted to, you could, in general, if you have plain vellum, you don't want to be doing this because it will show. But this printed vellum, at least this black one, don't hold me responsible for all of your printed vellum, but at least this one, if you want to tack it down a little bit more, you can without it showing. Okay, so there's that. Then we're going to take our tulips. Now there's 3 sizes of tulips in this set, and I think I'm going to stamp the tulips all first. Now if you have this stamp set, you will be able to do this, but as I said, if you don't have it, then you'll need to substitute if you get the card kits. Okay, so I'm stamping this. I'm going to stamp this one. Oh, let's see, let's do the middle one first. I've got ink on my hand. Okay, so I'm going to kind of go, I want them at different heights. So I'm going to go this one in the middle. Whoops, oops. remember when you're doing these kind of stamps to, let's see if I can go over the top of this. Let's see, otherwise I'll just turn it over. The good thing about photopolymer is you can sometimes, I think that's okay, I'm gonna go with that. It's a little blurry. You might think you have to hold it out a little farther if you normally wear glasses. You might think, oh, I can't really, that seems blurry. It must be my glasses. And then this one's gonna go up a little higher. And then this one will go maybe just in between, like so. But make sure you use your Stampin' Pierce mat for your more flat photopolymer stamps. Actually, I'm going to get that back out because we'll do the stems and let's just be safe rather than be sorry. So I'm going to grab my Pure Pizzazz ink. Hi, Christine. Thank you. From the Margaret saying from the center of the inside. I'll come back to that, Margaret. I have to think about it for a minute. Okay, so I'm going to grab the stem. I'm going to go right in the middle. There are two stems. One's a little bit more curvy. This one is a little bit more straight. So I'm just going to do my stems. And like so. Okay, then I'm going to grab my leaf and here is, now the way I usually do my leaves on a tulip is that the curvy, how do I say it? The side that curves towards the stem is what I usually try to do first. And then what I do is I turn my leaf over. Did you see me do that or was I off the camera? I'll show it again. And then I go again so that my leaf is curving towards the tulip. Okay, so let's try that again. So this time the bottom of my leaf is curving and I'm putting that side towards the tulip. Okay, oh darn, I got green on my tulip. Well, we're just gonna put a gem there. And then I must have ink on my, oh, you know what? I know what happened. So sometimes you get ink around here on your block, so just take a little wipe or clean it on your cleaner. I think that's what happened, but we'll fix it. You get the idea. Anyway, and I'm going to do the same thing on this one. And then again, and all I'm doing is turning my stamp whichever way I need to in order to have that curve going towards my stem of my tulip. Okay, make sense? All right, so then we're gonna do that. Then we have a little bit more stamping. We have to do the greeting on this. So I'm gonna grab my black ink pad. And my point of this card was the vellum becomes just a regular layer on your card. So that vellum was measured 4 inches by 5 1/4, and it just becomes like any other mat on your card. So it becomes a mat, a full mat on your card, or an additional layer if you are thinking of it like layers. Okay. Oh, hi Kay, thank you. Oh, that's okay. I'm glad you made it. So I have been asked for sympathy cards. So that's one reason I have always loved this particular stamp set for sympathy cards, but we do have other cards that have sympathy greetings in them, other stamp sets rather. So if you go to the online store, if you need something for sympathy, you just go to the search bar and you just type in sympathy, and it should bring up most, if not all, the stamps that have sympathy greetings. Okay, so now to put the greeting on, it's going to be just kind of down here. Actually, I want that leaf to show a little bit, so I'm going to come down here just a touch more. And I'm putting my dimensionals on both sides of the corner. On the card itself, not on the layer that the tulips are stamped on, just because then that makes this part flat, and then it raises the greeting up. Well, we're just going to cover that up anyway, because we can't see the leaf anyway. But then it makes this layer the same height as the tulip layer. Make sense? Okay, so now I'm going to grab back those gems. And for this, there's two colors of orange on here. There's kind of a light orange and a darker orange. That one's, I think this one's more orange than this one. So let's grab these. And I'll just put one here. See how we take care of that issue? I actually have another little smudge up here. These are kind of big. See if I have got some littler ones. Hang on, I think I have some littler ones. Let's grab these. That's too big. And it is actually a little bit darker orange than this one. So let me grab this one, put it up here. And then let's do one more little one. And maybe let's go up here, like so. So there's a simple sympathy card. If you have this set, I hope that you use it for sympathy cards, but there's wonderful greetings. There's Mother's Day. There's lots of wonderful greetings in this stamp set. If you missed it, I'm sorry you missed it. We have many, many other beautiful things to choose from. And we do have a new tulip stamp set, which I think is why this one is retiring, in the January through June catalog. So on my remake of this, I'll probably use that one. So there's another way to use vellum, especially vellum that has printing on it. Okay, so now my last card for the night. Thanks so much for spending some time with me tonight. I really appreciate it. I know you're busy, and I appreciate very much you spending time with me. Before I do the last one, I just want to give you a little heads up on the gifts I have for ordering. So, where did I write my note? It's here. So starting tonight at midnight Mountain Time, so you just have to check your time zone. Free shipping starts, and our shipping went up to 11% the 1st of April. So free shipping starts at 12 in the morning Mountain Time, and then that's with a $75 order. So I'm offering, with a $50 order, I'm offering the tutorial and then all of these cards, the supplies, and this is what my tutorials look like. I give everything, I make the supply list so that you know everything that you need to make those cards, and I give step-by-step directions, and I give a full photograph, and then I give a close-up photograph. So this would be the tutorial you would be getting. Then I also have another tutorial. This is a 35 project tutorial. This one is with a group of demonstrators that I partner with to make this tutorial. And so there are many fun fold cards in here. I didn't print the whole thing, but there are 35 in total. There's a fun fold. That first one I showed you was a fun fold. This one is a fun fold. So, and they give directions, and they show, you know, how to cut things and how to make everything. So if you order from me, I have that to give you with your $50 order, and with a $75 order, you are also going to get a hand stamp card from me. Everybody will get a hand stamp card from me, no matter what size your order is. But if you put in the $75 order, you'll get both those tutorials, all the card supplies, and embellishment from me, which is going to, if I can, depends when embellishments are in stock. I'm planning rhinestones, but if they're not in stock, I'll pick up something else and send to you. So that's my thank yous for purchasing from me and being my customer. So now remember to stay to the end, because we're going to do some of our door prize drawings right at the end of the video. So those are the door prizes. And then as another reminder, there will be a door prize form in the comments that if you fill out the door prize form, then you get your name in a drawing for the third door prize. And that's actually the biggest one. It has the most value. All right, dear friends, we've got one more beautiful card to show you. This is another sympathy card. So this one is in stock because I double checked this. We're going to use for this one the Prized Peony dies. And this one has a sympathy greeting too, and my thoughts are with you. Both of those could be used for sympathy. This is on sale for $19.50, and the dies used to be $40 and now they're $20, so they're half price. So I just wanted to draw your attention to that and let you know that they are still available. We are going to do just a little die cutting today. I did all of it, all the die cutting except for the actual flower itself because we have to stamp that first. So if you do get a kit from me, I don't do any stamping for you. Whoops, this is stuck. So you will need, if you're going to copy my cards exactly, you will need the peony stamp set. But I do also give you scrap paper in your card kit. Let me grab the paper out of here. I give you the scrap paper, and then all the other paper supplies are all cut for you, and all the die cutting is done, except where you have to stamp something and then die cut it. I've really enjoyed this stamp set too. As I said, it's retiring. But I thought it actually went really well with this paper that we've been using, this set of papers. Hi, Pam. You're very welcome. Thanks for joining for as long as you could. Okay, let me grab my Big Shot. I keep calling it Big Shot. When I'm in a hurry, I still call it a Big Shot. My stamp and cut and die cutting machine. Stamp and cut and embossing machine. Okay, so let's go ahead and put this on. We're almost done. This is probably the most detailed card, but it goes together actually pretty quickly. Okay, so then I'm going to put my top plate over this. Then we're going to bring it through and die cut it. Oh, Kathy, you're just so sweet. Thank you so much. I do spend a lot of time at it. I'm not a fast card designer. I try to make my cards fairly simple, but that doesn't mean they're fast to design. So, and sometimes it actually means they're more complicated to design, because to keep them simple and beautiful is can sometimes be a challenge. Okay, we've got our peony cut. We do need to stamp our greeting, so let me grab that as well. This greeting is from the same stamp set. As I said, it has a sympathy greeting. So we're going to go ahead and stamp this in Just Jade as well. Then we're going to, trying to keep my head out of the camera. That's pretty good. It's a little bit to the left, but I think it's readable and it's okay. It's handmade, right? Okay, so now I'm going to use vellum as a little bit of a diffuser, and I'll show you what I mean by that. So I'm taking that same artfully composed paper. This does have writing on it that goes up and down, so there's a direction on it. No one would probably really notice if you didn't have it going up and down, but if you do have this paper or you end up purchasing it, just know that some of the script has direction. So we're going to go ahead and put this on. This is 4 by 5 1/4. And then, now the way I'm going to use this vellum, this is the vellum that has, let me grab some darker cardstock. This is the vellum that has the kind of the newsprint on it. Oh my gosh. Okay, All right, girls, my husband cut this. I'm sorry to say this, but it is so crooked. Bless his heart. He was trying to help me, and he was one short. I was one short, so he said, well, I can just cut it. It's crooked, but it's okay. It's going to be all right. We're going to put our adhesive in the middle of this, and then we're just going to get this down. I might have to pull this up and recut it. I don't know. We'll see. I won't tell him, though. He was being very sweet to try to help me. Alrighty, so we're going to get these all. Let's put one more dimensional here. And maybe even a mini dimensional on this leaf over here. I like things to be fairly anchored down. So I started to read your comments about Easter. I didn't get too far. I will go back and read them though. Okay, so this goes down like this. Then we're going to grab just a little piece of ribbon that I put this in my, I cut these for my cards, but I think I probably gave too long a strip, but we can cut it. So we will cut them. Let me grab my mini glue dots. And let's see, my Stamp and Pierce tool. Where is my tool? I'm really organized at the beginning, and then I try to kind of hurry through to not keep you all night, and then I can't find stuff. Well, let me just grab my scissors. So I'm folding this over, and then what I'm going to do is I want it to kind of angle out like that. So I'm going to put this mini glue dot right here, and then I'm going to fold it like so and kind of angle those ends out just a little bit. Okay, so it's going to go on here on the back of our tag. Can't pick it up with my nails. It's going to go like this, but not be nearly that long. I cut this way too long. So let me just grab a couple more glue dots. So I'll grab one here, and then another here. Let's try and go in like that. Okay, and then we'll just, I like mini glue dots for holding ribbon. I feel like it holds them pretty well. Then we're gonna trim. This is way too long, so I'm going to trim it like, let's see, at an angle, and then maybe this one maybe just a little bit longer, like so, like that. And then we're going to tack this on here. You could probably even cut them just a touch more. So if you're getting this kit, you'll know that you'll need to be trimming your ribbon just a little bit more than I put it in the kits, because I've already assembled the kits and they're ready to go out for both my class tomorrow night, those that ordered this online, and those of you that will be putting in orders in order to get it tonight. But again, please remember to use this host code, because that's hooked to this workshop, and this my bonus specials as far as the free rhinestones go only until tomorrow night. As far as getting this tutorial, it also goes through tomorrow night, and this likes to flap around, so we need to get this hooked down. Let's just pick out, I don't want to put any more dimensionals behind that, so I'm going to grab a mini glue dot right here and hold that down like so. There we go. Then let's go ahead and grab some more gems, and I'll grab these blue ones again, and I'm gonna put one, maybe just in the center of our flower, and then maybe a couple little ones. Let's put one down here, and one maybe just kind of randomly over here somewhere. So that gives it some sparkle. And there we go. So those are our cards that show you how to use vellum. And for some reason, I cannot find my sample card. I was doing it from memory, but I don't see it. So while I'm putting these out, I want you to put in a number. I'm gonna write down a number. Let me grab a Post-it note. And on this Post-it note, I'm gonna write a number between 6 and 10. So I want you to put in the comments a number between 6 and 10. It can be 1, it can be 10. But I'm going to write a number, and then we'll open it together, and whoever writes my number first or closest to my number first will get one of the door prizes. So I'm gonna write it first, and I'm gonna write it off camera. Okay? I've got it ready here, and then you guys start putting in your numbers. Okay? So, all right, the numbers are coming in. I've got 8, a 5, a 8, and a 3. Keep going. While I get my cards laid out, here's my 2 cards, found my sample. Here's these 2. Here's these 2. We like 8 tonight, don't we, girls? All right, and these 2, I can't get them all on. Okay, I'm going to do the first one. So I have 2, I'm going to give 2 away live tonight. So this number is, okay, the 2 closest are Pam and Mary. So Pam, you are the first one to weigh in to give your numbers. So the number is 6. So Pam, you are getting the first door prize. So you will get one of these 2, the pack of cards or the embellishments. And I'm going to give away another one. So I'm going to do one more. Oh, thank you, Kathy. I'm going to do one more giveaway. So let me write down Pam's name here. So this is Pam Reed. So I'm sure that she gets what she's supposed to get. So this is Pam. Okay, Pam, I've got one of those for you. And then I've got, okay, I'm going to do it again. So let's go between 1 and 15 this time. So let's go between 1 and 15, and I'm going to write my number off camera. And then this is my number. I can't show it because you can actually see it. So let's put a stamp over that. There's my number. So you start putting in new numbers now, between 1 and 15. Okay, they're coming in pretty fast. And this is the second door prize. It's this set of cards. And my number was, oh my gosh, you girls like to pick the same numbers. My number was 14. And Julie, I think you put that in first. Julie, you're seeing Mark Silver Trust on the screen, but that's Julie Silver Trust. She and her husband use the same Facebook. So Julie, this comes to you. Very cool. Okay, that was fun to do the drawings on stage. I've never done them live before. So now to earn the third door prize, you want to make sure that it'll be right after the video, and I'll post the where to fill in the door prize. So it'll take me about 5 minutes to write a comment. Actually, you know what? Hang on. I can write the comment right now. So hang on. I just have to pull it up on my computer, and then I can put it in the comments right now because I know what it is. So this is where you're going to fill out the door prize. And the door prize, this has ribbon, embellishments, cards. There's a whole pack of stuff for this one. So that one, you do have to fill out the door prize. But I'm going to put in the comments, here is the link to the door prize form. Okay? There you go. So I think we're set. So that is right under Pam Marie's last comment. And it says constant contact pages, and it says door prize form, and so you can see it there. And then I'll have to announce that one either on my page, on my Create with Joey page, or I can do it on my next Facebook Live too. So thank you so very much for joining me tonight. It was so lovely to have you all. I'm looking at your comments. I'm glad you liked the cards. Thank you for all the hearts and everything. And I do miss you when I'm not here and I don't do Facebook Live. Honestly, I give my very best effort to be online for you every week. And sometimes, most of the time it works out, but sometimes life, just life just gets a little bit in the way of crafting. What is with that? For life to get in the way of crafting, that's no good at all, right? Anyway, thanks so much, my friends. Bless you. Hope you have a wonderful rest of the evening and a wonderful rest of the week. And I hope to see you next Wednesday at 6:30. So I'm just so appreciative of you. Honestly, in my heart, I'm just very grateful for you, and I thank God for you every day. Have a wonderful week. Thank you. Love. Bye-bye.